Hello and good day. Hope this video finds you well. Normally I'm recording videos about certain topics, reviews of maybe like challenges or detoxes, or just topics that interest me, that I feel called to speak about. What I want to start here is really just a daily prayer. I'm really feeling the power and the magnitude of prayer. And you can see that as wishing, you can see that as intention. Whatever perspective you're looking at it, whether it's something more spiritual, something more scientific, something more logical. Right now I'm really in the spirit of really accepting what I don't understand, and that there are certain things that I'm not supposed to understand. And what I do know is that when I pray, not for when I need something, but just for the love of spreading loving intention out to the rest of the world and the people that I love, I just feel so full inside and out. And so I'm basically going to do a daily video prayer, and just speaking to like what's really true in my heart, and kind of anchoring in these ways of being that feel really true to me, really aligned, and they don't have to be fully true for you. The number one preface that I like to make is that all perceptions of life, of who created all this, who didn't create all this, all perceptions of how we got here, what we're doing here, who we are as individuals. All of it's valid, all perceptions are valid. And because they all point to an absolute truth, a singular absolute truth that the mind, I don't believe, is meant to understand. It's meant to be experienced in everyone's own way. I feel like I've experienced hints of that in my life. Can I confirm that? That is the thing, my mind? No, that's not what my mind is meant to do. All that I know is it's my job to spread more love in the world. That's what I choose to do. I think you can either spread more love or you can spread more fear. I choose to spread more love. And what that means for me is what is spoken in all of the sacred texts and things like that. It all comes down to this one thing. And what we're all seeking to feel more of is this feeling of love in our bodies. And the number one thing that I've found to fulfill that and to create more of that in my own experience and in others is understanding everyone else's experience and just loving them where they're at, and not trying to fix them and trying to shift their experience to my experience. Unless they actually ask for that, then I can help them do that. But it's not my job to shift people unless it's of their will. unless it's of God's will. And I'm seeing those as equally the same. So it's this idea of the law of one, that we are all one, that we are to treat all living things as if they are us. And when that's done practically every single day, in every moment, again, we're not meant to like do it perfectly. We're not meant to be perfect, but most of the time, if we do that, we maintain this balance in the universe that is inevitable. That's the reason why a big reason why we're all here is the idea that all of this is perfect and the universe is held into balance. The reason why we're able to experience, why I'm able to make this video, why you're able to see me, hear me, feel whatever's resonating with you or not, is because there is perfect balance in the universe. And I'm here to experience more of that harmonious balance, that love, through understanding of the other perspectives that are equally as valid as mine. Even everything that I'm sharing with you right now is just a perspective of it's all pointing to the above, the below, the within, the without, the everything, the source of everything that our minds are not meant to understand. I think this is just finally like surrendering and accepting this fully in this moment, that my mind is not meant to is not meant to fully understand it. It's just meant to understand the different perspectives through love, through unconditional love. And then through speaking the words of our truth and anchoring that in, we then start to rise. We then start to feel more of what it means to know God and what it means to be touched by God. I think there are many ways to do that. I think we do that through telling stories of truth, not bending it, not distorting it, telling our stories. This is what's most true, is what we've lived, what God has wanted to express through us individually. And I know that when I tell that story and I speak it, all the worries, all the survival worries, all the lack, all the fear, all the judgment, all that's bypassed. And it just comes through the heart. From my own lived experience of love, and I'm basically speaking what love taught me, what love has taught me through my own experience. And someone else is able to receive that, and when they understand it, then we're able to share that love, that frequency of love, that expression of God. We're able to share that together, and without judgment. We're just recognizing each other. Oh, you're as a color of God on the canvas of reality, and we're able to understand. Just we're not agreeing. This is the big distinguishment that I can never fully distinguish, but now it really has helped me grasp this. Is we're not here to agree with each other, because if we all agreed with each other, then we'd just be back to the all everything oneness. We wouldn't have this beautiful tapestry of life and existence and reality. Or maybe we would, but it would just be without judgment. Again, I don't know yet. All I know is my job right now is just to understand an unconditional love. Because then when I do that, I understand all of me. I see everyone and everything as me. And that is love to me. And if you don't agree with that, thank you. Thank you for not agreeing with that. I want to seek to understand you. Because I know it brings me closer to a sense of connection with you and interconnectedness and love and oneness. It doesn't create this separation and this like charge. So thank you. If you agree with me, amazing. If you don't, amazing too. I want to seek to understand you. And I hope that your heart, the heart that doesn't agree with me, still seeks to understand me and understand my perspective. This is the safest place that I've found for myself to grow and to live. It's absence of suffering. If there's one thing I do know, it's absence of suffering. We get to believe our unique beliefs and have our unique perspectives. We get to have those without fear and without suffering and without judgment. Because the reason why we judge is there's a part of us that fears that, again, it fears that it challenges the existence of that belief, that it's invalidating it. It's quite the opposite. The fact that it's invalidating its experience. And I think, yes, that's what's perpetuated for a long time, and we're now bringing it back to balance through understanding. That's what I see healing as. It's what I experience healing as. Healing is this lack of understanding because we feel like the self is going to die because of it, or part of us is not going to exist, or is going to cease to exist because of it, which is just not true. Those parts of us, they get to exist. They get to live in their purest expression, their purest belief system, without judgment. They get to be fully accepted. And they get to create their own like tribes and families and communities of believers of that thing. And still know that we are all one, and still know that we are all interconnected through love, and that we don't have to be in competition. And when we're all harmonized, that's when I believe that like we can exist in that place and still have our unique expressions and still have all of our needs met and still have a blast and share each other's arts. And it's what we've done at many levels. We're doing that now at the macro in terms of our cultures and our countries, our different, like we still share those things, and some people, we still celebrate those things. Like you'll be here in Austin, I'm in Austin in America, and there will be markets of like, there'll be like Southeastern Asian markets, right? Or celebration of culture and art without the judgment. People are just like, man, that thing's super cool. I want to try on a kimono. I want to dance in this like cool little ritual. I want to celebrate God in this way. Burning Man, the festival. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm. It's a place where everyone just brings their own gifts. Everyone has their own camps, which is representative of a specific belief system, of a specific way of being, a specific way that they relate with God, and that they commune with each other, and that they celebrate the human experience. And there's no competition. We know that everyone's taken care of. Everyone there is just fully present with each other. there's no sense of lack. So it's based off a gift system. So what I'd like to do is I just like to anchor in this for myself. And I look forward to understanding other people who see and believe otherwise. And again, just know if you're watching this does resonate with you. If we do agree, amazing. If you agree with some of what I'm saying and you don't agree with other things, amazing. I'd love to understand the things that you do and don't understand. I'd love to actually embody your perspective and understand your perspective and choose whether I want to agree or not. Regardless, we both get to experience love because we're just understanding each other. Because I know that we are all one, that we are all of the one. The self likes to speak, like the ego likes to speak to, like not being all of us one, but all being of the one, which is fine. I understand that perspective as well. And that's okay. I feel safe in believing that we are all one. And that feels true to me. And I can rest. I can be at peace with that and still have a good time with other people who believe otherwise. But what I'd like to pray now is a prayer for us to all finally start to seek understanding of one another. I pray that understanding holds the same frequency and intention of love. So I know we're all tired of that resistance, of that charge, of that what you could call a negative polarity in itself. Love is absence of polarity. God is absence of polarity. It was just created so that we can experience ourselves in many ways. I believe that we can experience ourselves in many ways, hold our own belief systems, hold our own unique perspectives and flavors of life without fear, without feeling threatened. We can all exist in full abundance, in full love, without fear, without creating this negative charged polarity. We can love equally the light and the dark. I also believe in love as light and love as dark. So the idea of dark love. Dark blackness is just another shade of expression of God, of love. It is not good, it is not bad. I don't believe darkness is fear. I believe darkness is love as well. But for some reason, we've labeled darkness as fear, as evil, as not love, as not God. So I pray that this anchors in both in my heart and to the collective, giving a permission slip for us to not be to not feel threatened or reactionary whenever we see something or feel something in our body that doesn't feel like us. Let the response be a grounded curiosity and seeking to understand one another. Because that is going to create what we all want at the end of the day, which is a deeper sense of love. I pray for all those who are in this right now, feel like they're in a box of fear. That they're in a box of love. I feel that the boundaries of that box finally dissolves and knows that they're going to be safe, that they can expand their love, and that they no longer need to hold those fearful boundaries, that they will be met with equal understanding. And even if they are not, they are strong enough to be in their own experience of love, and that all that they need to feel safe and secure is to stay curious and understand the other person and ask questions, with not the aim to convert them, not like, oh, I'm going to understand this person so then I can sway them to understand me. All that I seek to do is to understand you. And then we can choose together sovereignly how we choose to live and express ourselves. I think it's very clear. Again, whether you from a sovereign place are choosing that, or whether there is a like gods or angels or guides placing that in your heart, whatever it is, it's all equally as valid. I think it's beautiful because me choosing to understand you, I get to know more of myself and I get to know more of God and I get to be touched by God in a new way, in a deeper way. That's what it brings me, selfishly. And selflessly, I feel more connected to you. I feel more love with you and I don't feel threatened. My existence doesn't feel threatened. My existence feels amplified and deepened. And my prayer is to send the frequency of that love out to the rest of the world, those who feel trapped in fear and insecurity and feeling threatened. Just know, like, this prayer is for you. This prayer is for you. Whatever you need to find it within yourself or find the angels who also embody that. If this resonates with you, I'm here. I'm here as a light to understand you, to not alienate you, to not try to convert you. Feel the truth of my words emanating and be curious. I pray that the artist comes out in all of us. The artist, again, once all that judgment fades away and all the fear and insecurity fades away, all that is left is our unique expression and our art, which I see as the act of always resonating truth, always revealing truth. Alchemy resonating truth. So many ways you can put it. I believe that's once all the fear and insecurity fades away, all that exists is just our art. Because that's all that we came here to actually share in the first place. And art can be seen as love too, but our unique art, our unique truth that we're here to share. If you want to continue to unlock that more and more with myself and with the community that I'm building, I pray that you follow that curiosity, whether it's myself or someone else, or whether it's within yourself and creating your own community. I'm here to support you and to understand you and love you unconditionally. May this reach the exact people it's meant to reach with love. I pray this in the name of love. Amen. Many blessings. Bless your art. I love you so much.